Hi, good evening everybody. Was here. I'm going to share with you my thoughts and analysis for certain pairs going to the last 2 days for the month of September before we going into the month of October. Okay, so I'll just begin with pound Aussie. Okay, for the pair. So I'm going to begin with the monthly and to see what kind of candlestick structure, candlestick formation, supply and demand, and what are the levels that I find important. So based on candlestick structure, it's a bit too close to call for an inside bar. However, we can what I can see from this monthly setup, right? In the monthly setup, this is a downtrend for the weekly, all right? But the trend structure wise, to me, based on this setup, is still uptrend because of this push up, which I call it a rally. It's based on supply and demand, and then this is kind of a base in this case. So for monthly level, I would say it's still a bit risky. I mean, it's still nothing I can see from here for monthly. So if I'm going to break it down to the weekly, which let me just refresh the moment. Okay, for weekly, what I can see, for the monthly, I see, as I say, right, this is a pullback, and then we can see that, okay, this rally, right, you can see this push, you can see these three bullish candle, right? This three bullish candle is an inside bar breakout of this area. If I'm going to put a small zone here, okay, we can see that this is an inside bar here, inside bar breakout, a rally, and then price came back right now to this broken inside bar, probably turning the new support. Okay, that is this monthly setup. For the weekly, you can see that price is resting and making a support on the weekly. So, and that we are saying coiling inside bar here, and before this inside bar is formed, we can see that price is moving towards the downside, right? So this is a inside bar formed after a downtrend, which signals me that inside bar can be a form of continuation or it can be a reversal. So in this case, I'm looking at it to be more of a reversal signal to join the uptrend structure, which has been formed on the monthly. So I'll be waiting first and see if there's any kind of buy setup that I will take for pound Aussie. So that is the general direction for pound Aussie in the weekly. In the weekly, we can see price on inside bar, and then in this case, I do not see any strong sell momentum as price is in a support. So if we go to the daily right now, we can see also an inside bar forming in terms of candlestick structure. Okay, don't look too much. If I just look on here, we can see that right now, right, the sellers are not really strong to push the market down, and we can see an inside bar false break of the inside bar false break, and then forming closing as a bullish engulfing after a drop. So the daily, I would expect a small pullback, maybe a small pullback into this area of support here, into this area of support. Our price, anything around here, I will expect price to go around here, and then look for any kind of buy action, entry trigger for a buy. So if you go into the 4 hour, anything from here. So I'll be waiting for a buy signal or a forced break of the previous support. I mean, the best scenario is for price to come back down to this area of support here. Okay, if price at this point of time, if price is at resistance, we do not want to be buyers here. So I'll be waiting for price to come down here, and then if there is a forced break of the previous low, then there will be an entry trigger for us to go and take a long setup for pound Aussie. So that will be my analysis for pound Aussie for this upcoming week. Alright, because this upcoming week we got 2 days going to the end of the month of September, and then we have a new month of October, in which there will be an NFP non-farm payrolls on the 3rd of October as the beginning start of a new month. So it will be interesting to see where the market's going to go. Okay, that's out for pound Aussie. So the next pair that I'm going to go through is pound NZD, which is also roughly the same. Okay, it's roughly the same as pound Aussie as well. Okay, begin with the monthly. With the monthly, we can see that price is still pushing towards the upside, so it's still bullish. Inside bar coiling, then this is the mother bar. Inside bar coiling, price still above previous monthly support, and then still pushing towards the upside. So for the weekly levels, we can see important level of here that price does not really, this rejection does not push the price down. Instead, actually this is the inside bar fakey, and then now right now price pushing towards the upside. So pound NZD have a much interesting, better bullish bias, I would say. So in the weekly we are done. So in the in the daily setup there, we can see that price has made an inside bar coiling, inside bar looks to be an inside bar breakout, clean inside bar breakout in this case. And from here it's a point of resistance. We do not want to be buyers at this point of time where price is at resistance. So I'll be waiting for price to come down towards an area of support. Okay, so for me it will be it'll be a much better approach to look for a buy at that point of time should price go down. So for pound NZD, I'll be waiting for price to go down and look for a buy setup, in this case for pound NZD. Euro Aussie and Euro NZD should be the same. Okay, for pound yen, I also look for a buy setup. Okay, we go for the monthly. We look for the monthly right now. So I'll just put there bullish long term. So this rejection has pushed the price up for the monthly. For the weekly, we can see that this rejection does not do anything to the price. Alright, it's not a sell signal. This is not a sell signal, because why does this candle does not able to push the price down? Because the general trend of this pair in terms of structure wise is actually uptrend. Okay, structure wise is still uptrend, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So price is still making higher low. So for the weekly level, we can put a support around here, because as price opened here, there is a support here that's stopping this price from going down and then pushes way up. So that is the weekly level that we have seen. On the daily, we can see price is pushing its way up near towards breaking the resistance that's over here, and it's a quite strong bullish close. So any kind of pullback in the 4 hour, right, will be a good time for us to look for a long setup. So my ideal place for a buy setup in this case, as long as around here, as long as price does not break this previous area here, I'll just put a small one here, because we have to see how they can be kind of very strong pushing on here, right? We have to wait until the sell momentum becomes weak, and then a forced break telling us that the buyers are back, and then we will look for a buy. Now at this point of time right now, there's a resistance. We do not want to buy over there. We want to buy when price pull back. and then look for buy setup for pound yen. Gold is going to be sideways for the meantime. I would not touch gold yet, but the weekly still shows very strong. Okay, this is the weekly level. The daily is still hovering above here, so it's inside bar, still in the calling inside bar. But from here, anytime from here, it's a bit risky for us to take any kind of buy. Okay, I will just leave gold alone for a while, because the way I see gold, it might just go up for one more push up towards a new high, and then probably going to make its way down, probably, maybe. So I'll just wait for gold, because gold is a bit very risky to take any kind of position. I mean, you can buy here, but the buy will just go down probably, because there's no sell setup that we can take from gold. And that will be all for my analysis, as I keep my pairs that I watch only for this couple of pairs, for pound Aussie, pound ZD, euro Aussie, euro NZD, and pound yen. That's all. So I'll see you guys in the coming week. And if you see here, there is no euro USD or pound USD, because I find that there is no point trading a pair that has no momentum. Let me just show you the reason why I do not want to go into the USD pairs at the moment. Okay, instead you look at euro USD, right? Let me just go from the weekly, and you understand why. From the weekly, right, you can see, look at all these candles, right? There is no momentum towards the upside, and also there's no momentum towards the downside. So it's really made price has make a false break of the inside bar, but price is still within the mother bar. So this is a sideways market, and there's no momentum here, so there's no point for me to even look for any kind of entry. If the weekly is already show me sideways and low volume, why should I even go for the daily or H4? There's no point. Okay, so for me, I will just leave this one alone until the weekly can shows me for me, if the weekly can show me here there's a weak buy momentum, weak sell momentum around here, then probably then I'll look for a buy setup to go long. But until that happens, I'm not going to do anything, because there's no momentum here going towards the upside or downside. So euro USD, pound USD, Aussie USD, I'll just probably leave it alone for the moment. Okay, so I'll just see you guys next time. See you. Bye.